Hi, my name is Nirit. I'm a photographer, a mother, a wife, a daughter, actually a lot of things, but for this interview, I'm the co-founder of Pic-Time. So the idea for Pic-Time came from an actual need that I had. My daughter was dancing in dance classes, and at the end of the year, there was always like this big performance, and I always came with my long lens. So people recognize me as a photographer, and they came to me after the show and asked me for the photos. So then I came home and asked Amir, hey, can you make some kind of a software, because he's like a wizard with that. Can you make some kind of a software that will enable me to share the images with everyone, and maybe they can even print it? So the idea for the gallery was actually born then, and the gallery combined with the print was there from the very beginning. At that time, I started when I learned photography, and then I learned art. I was printing a lot, and the print felt like a natural progress of a photo. For me, it didn't feel right that it ended with a photo on the screen. So this is why the print was there from the beginning. So Pic-Time started growing slowly and gradually. It didn't start with some kind of a bang or something. We started really from zero. It wasn't, for me, it was the first time that I actually started something from zero. Back then we lived in California, and I just like started emailing all kinds of photographers if they're interested in a system that we created. Super random. I'm like still amazed that people actually answered it and went on board with that. But these people are with us until today. So it was a gradual beginning, and I remember after a few years, one of the photographers, and I had like a lot of connections with photographers because that came from a real passion of mine, and I loved the connection with photographers. So one of the posts, it was Dylan Hall. I think it was in his personal Facebook. He asked like, hey, is Pic-Time the new cool thing now? And so many photographers answered it with a big yes. And for me, that was a moment where I felt, okay, it's happening. Like Pic-Time is established in a way, something is like more solid. And the fact that it happened so organically, it was a strong moment to experience as an entrepreneur. I think that growing a company is like raising a kid. In the end, it's a living organism, and you can't control like what size he will end up being. I don't believe in that. I strongly believe in nurturing in the best way and be there and be connected to it in the most honest and deep way. Things are happening, like it's growing. And it happened in Pic-Time as well. Like I couldn't imagine that Pic-Time will be the size, and it's not about the size, it's actually that it will have the impact that it has today, that so many photographers will use it, that so many photographers will get this value of the platform for their images, and grow their own impact of their images. So all the imagery that is in the Pic-Time store, like the gallery store, is taken in-house in Pic-Time. In the headquarters, we have a studio, and we take all the images there. It started when we started, it was, of course, no headquarters. It was in like our house. And I think that I had a very clear vision of what I want the aesthetic to look like. And it felt to me very important that the shop that represents the photographer and represent prints will have a quality that I was looking for. And being able to create that quality by myself helped me control it in a better way. And I think it's critical, like presentation is critical for brands. So that was very important for me to establish and to create. And the DNA that was created back then continues to be there in everything that we shoot. And it grew with like the amazing team. It grew to be even better and better all the time. If I could go back in time and meet myself back then at the beginning, I would actually tell myself, just keep on doing what you're doing. I think that the beginnings are like they have this rare quality and that you're working with like an intuition and you're still not in any kind of a box. I saw it also when I was learning art. The work that you do in the first year are always the best works. There's something so free and so not boxed in the beginning. I came to this world, the high tech, from completely different environment, and I just like did things out of intuition. My luck was that I had a mirror that stood by my side and kept like encouraging me to do everything that came in mind. So beginnings are great. Just like embrace the looseness and the freedom that there is in the beginning. I see inspiration in a lot of things. I think that inspiration is like finding the fractions of our soul in different places. It can be anything. It can be a line that I read and it resonates. It can be something that I see. It can be a person that I'm just like feeling his energy. It can be an object. It can be music. Anything that is like touching and awaking something inside, make you feel alive. I think that a good photo is something that you feel. There's some kind of alignment that happens in a good photo. It's like an eclipse of things that you feel something, that something is happening there, almost like electricity that is like, it's a tiny moment that is happening there, that if is like connected to you, people feel it. I once heard a curator from the MoMA about photography, and she said that a good photo has meaning and poetry. I think it's nice. Success is not a place, there's no parking lot in the success park. It's a place, I think it's something that happens to us along the way. We were in a journey of evolution, a journey of discovery, and the success happens where, for me, it happens in moments, and it happens where I'm able to bring something from a vision to the word, that it actually happens. So this is a success to me. I love taking photos of things as they are. Like I really love to observe and share my observation. I'm doing it when I'm shooting food. I'm doing it when I'm like on the street. I'm doing it in everything that like I did from the beginning of my photography. Seeing things as they are and noticing things is what interests me in photography. I think there is something quiet in my work. If there is a sound to photography, and there is a sound to photography, I think that I'm not a rock star. Like I think I'm more of a piano type of sound. So there's like some kind of quiet in my images. The last project I shot was a cookbook of a friend of mine. She did like a whole project about Morocco food. And we went to Morocco. Shooting in like a documentary kind of style of a food is the thing that I love the most. There's some kind of you're like an animal that is like all the time is looking for what is happening now. there's like some kind of a clarity that happens to me when I'm on the street or when things are just happening and I need to be there and like notice them. So for me, it was the best experience. If there's something I want to get back to, is like this. I really loved it and enjoyed it. It was very refreshing. So when we were in Morocco, I don't know how it happened, but I really was drawn into women there. There was some kind of an intimacy that happened when I took their photos. So something must have resonated with me, with the women there. And I took a lot of photos, a lot of portraits of these women there. I mean, women is my tribe, and I loved shooting my tribe. And when I see like somebody getting out of the like the place, the hammam, like, and she's with her son and some like bags, and like I can see myself. I just see myself there. I saw myself there all the time. So I think that in women, I see myself more, and it's like they're always more layered and interesting. So I think that when you are creating something, whatever it is, there are two kind of things that needs to happen, and this is a bit of a paradox between them, but both of them needs to happen. So in one hand, you need to know yourself really good and understand what it is exactly that you want to bring out. And the second thing is to step out of this place and be able to be influenced from other things that are different than you are. So I think that when I'm working with Amir, for example, we're constantly clashing because we're very different. We bring different approaches. We have different kind of intelligence. So this is a place where the difference creates a bigger space for each one of us if we're willing to accept it. That's the key, to accept it. It happens the same with like any team that we work with, and it's a process, and accepting things that are different from you sounds like easy, but this is such a hard work, and this is where we have like the potential of growth.